Sure, Masandawana, another installment of the Yellow Corner. As we give you the preview of our second leg match of the Champions League quarterfinal, as Mangoba Mniti, Ulani Mgwen and Steve Kompela Showtime Yellow Juggernaut take center stage tomorrow. How's it now?
The Showtime Yellow Juggernaut, man.
Yep.
The most feared Mamelodi Sundowns. You know, when people come against us, they play defensive football. We're forced to be reckoned with, Thabiso.
No. All corners of the continent, man. We right?
No, man. I'm happy to be here. This is a huge game. It's a huge game in terms of Mamelodi Sundowns' season. It's not make or break your season, but it's more of defining our season. Last season we won 3 trophies, not with the best of squad. We weren't playing. Obviously, it was relative to the rest of the PSL. We had a better squad, but this time we have like a way better squad. We won 3 trophies last season, and if we fail to get through on Saturday, that means we would only be finishing the season with 1 trophy, which is the league title, which we are about to wrap up if we're being realistic. So that this game on Saturday is not just Sundowns and Ahly Thabiso versus us. It's really a season-defining match. All the things people were raving about at the beginning of the season, they have to show for now when it matters most, and which is on Saturday. We need to show up. We need to dig deep, and it's also there are a lot of things happening around this football match. But for me personally, I would like my football club and my managers and everybody around the club also plead to our supporters. Well, let's focus on the football match and leave the other nonsense.
Couldn't agree with you more now. I think our focus should be on what's going to happen between 3 o'clock and probably 5:45 if it goes to penalties. But hopefully it ends within the 90 minutes. But our focus should be solely on what's going to happen on Saturday. But at the same time, it's difficult to run away from a few things that have happened. Let me give you a point in case here. My preparations for this game. You remember on Tuesday when we were chatting on Twitter, I said to you, I have 2 changes to my lineup. 2, I think I said 2, but those changes come with a different formation. And yes, we're gonna get into the lineups later on. I had Gaston Sirino starting this match in a different formation. I had him playing somewhere, and with what's happened in the last few hours, I don't have him in my team. I absolutely don't have him in my team. I do not see how he plays and gives his all to my team when he clearly wants out. We know he's wanted out for a while, but and you can, if he wants out, cool with me. I mean, all of us in life, we always want a better opportunity. You're always seeking a better opportunity, but how we go about it says a lot about you as a human being. You don't want to move to a different company and throw your toys around where you currently are. Because so for me, I don't ever want to see Gaston Sirino in my football club colors, and what he's done. If it has affected me and my planning for this game, what has it done to the technical team? going into this huge encounter, and he knew exactly what he was doing when he posted that Instagram post, exactly like what Harry Kane did at the end of this game. Spurs the other day. He knew exactly what he was doing. So yeah. I don't know if you want to say anything on this, but I don't want to see Gaston Sirino playing for my FC ever again.
But Tawaya Gaston, for me, I don't want to comment much about it, but I did say at the beginning of the season, but I don't want to say much about it because why it's like, but
yeah.
All I want to say is that I did say at the beginning of the season that maybe if a player wants out, then maybe Remorikis. But yeah, I don't. As I said, like I don't want us to dwell on such things, but the football match itself. And if you're saying that you don't want to have Gaston Sirino in your team purely because of what happens, I respect that. But now remember, even in my team here last week, I didn't have Gaston starting.
I remember
this week. I don't have him starting.
Yeah. Well, he shouldn't be in the match day squad for me. So yeah, forget him starting. Forget him being on the bench. I don't want him here. Yeah. No. Let's move on. Let's leave Gaston. Let's get into Ahly.
Yeah.
How do you think they will set up? Not just the formation, but the system. Not just the lineup, but the system and the approach to the game. Do you see them low block, few meters defending, or do you see them saying, let's take a chance and get an away goal like last season? Or how do you see them approaching this one?
But I first wanted to start by summarizing last week's game and what I thought. But obviously, like Toto and Kelsani did like a decent job
I like how you put it. They did a decent job, so they could have done better. They don't have you. I have you. I like it.
So they did a great job at
yeah, they did.
But last week we dominated all aspects of the game, but we were dominant in certain footballing aspects like positional play. We had created more chances, we completed more passes. I really wonder what the XG was for that game, but we never really threatened that defense. Like apart from a few set pieces, like from open play, which is what we do. And then
we never broke defense, Yabona. We never turned it.
We never even broke it. We never tested. We never tried to combine more zone 14. We never tried to combine in the half spaces. I can see the Shalulila was always wide. I don't know what was that all about. What was all about? I keep seeing and I want us to test them more this week. But going back to last week's game before Ubua, Riva as well. As our ball carrier, I think he should have been doing better. That's the stage where you want to be remembered on. That's the stage. We're saying yes, the PSL is an elite league, it's one of the best leagues in Africa, but the spectacular performances you put in against Baroka or against Chipa. Those performances against Ahly are what's going to be.
He gave you an overseas move.
Apart from an overseas move, that's what's gonna tell Hugo Bruce, or hey, this guy did it in Egypt or Cairo. Maybe he can go AFCON, like it's not the River Fela. Like I think our whole midfield,
yeah,
it wasn't doing it for me, Thabiso. I mean, and another thing that confused me is that we played better football in the second half, but we created more chances.
You didn't.
I just couldn't understand that. So I don't know what it was. An awkward football match. It was an awkward football match. The only positives I could really take away from Cairo was Obrimudiva and maybe Gift Mutupa. But okay, Tapelo also had a decent game, but that's another thing about Tapelo, is that I wouldn't start him this week.
Is it?
Yeah, but
interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's going into how Ahly might
Sorry, now before you get into that, ne?
yeah.
It wasn't my plan to get into this game, ne? But
Yeah.
you mentioned when you spoke about we didn't work their defense. I just remembered that they had both center backs on yellows practically early in their first half, and you think you go at them, then you target those two, you combination play in and around them, you turn them, you force them to turn and then pull Shalule down. That's what I thought would happen, but yeah. Let's get into how you see Al Ahly setting up and approaching the match.
I think also in the previous match, that game plan was very clear. Also, Peter was never going to come at us. I want to prove to them, or I can also keep ball possession. I can also play beautiful football, combination play. For him, the mandate was clear. Go Cairo, but I'm gonna let them play the way they play, and I'm just going to nip it in the bud. Hanyani can say a couple of players but winning the game. Sirino was kicked by Ali Odeng a couple of times, no yellow card. But Ali will run to Kev because Onyango Raile Damanawona. But
they can absolutely do those ones. They can. Those. I think it's Arabia.
Yeah.
That 2-footed challenge of his on Gaston. He should have gotten his second yellow card. Ashraf, second half, on that horrible tackle on Leb, we should have gotten it. They can do those ones, Shame.
That's what they do. But and you see what you are just mad. They're making you mad. That's what they want to do that. That's how they thrive. They thrive on that. So, yeah. So he was never gonna come here and play. And he's never even coming here. He's not gonna wanna come here and play the best of. And worst is that he even has a 2-0 lead. So it'll be interesting to see how they approach this game. But some of the things that we saw we spoke about in the previous episode of the Yellow Corner, which were true. Like, for example, they attempted, I think, 15 or 16 crosses in this match. It shows where most of the attacks come from the white spaces. But how they'll approach the game types, I don't think the altitude will allow them to come and chase the ball for 90 minutes. I don't think altitude will allow us to come and run after the ball for 90 minutes. I don't think they'll also keep a low block and want to be embarrassed if we break. They're a big club. I mean, Al Ahly is a big club. I don't think they'll come here and want to keep a super low block. And also Coach Mangola says he doesn't think they're good enough defending in and around the box. So they're not gonna come to Pretoria and want to put a very low block. So I can't figure it out, unfortunately, how I think they are going to play. It's going to be interesting whether they're gonna come here, what they did last time, attack us in the first 20 minutes and then see where that takes them, or look to play a mid block and then play on the counter. Mohamed Sharif had a brilliant game for Cairo. He was Nabafa. He was giving them a break, how he was linking play between Ena and their wingers where most of the attacks come. So I don't know, Thabiso, what Ito might come here and do.
I think, like you, I don't think it will be a low block. I think it will probably be a mid one. But I think the one thing that they're going to do in this game, they are going to be so compact.
Yeah.
They're going so compact. The plan will be, let's not have them break us through the middle. Let's not allow them to play defense splitting balls because Wani will be there. Yeah. So as dangerous as we are, and as much as we created our better chances from crosses, I think they would be happy with us going wide and then crossing. As long as we don't penetrate them through the middle, I think that's how they're going to set up.
100%. I think I agree with you there. I think yeah, they look to be compact and force us to go wide. But also, do you want to force us to go wide? For example, maybe give Mutupa in the box. Do you want that? I don't know. So it's tricky for them. But hey, man, we shouldn't be worrying more about Ahly. We should be worrying more about.
Should be worried. Yeah.
We are going to put them down, and how we can make sure. And for us, I think the biggest difference maker for the next match is that Thabiso will be available.
True. Let's talk about key game factors now. The pitch. I was watching the NFD show last week Friday. I'm not sure game anybody City on the highlights in a listening, but I was not happy with what I saw. That pitch early, and no, it didn't look good, man. It didn't. And funny enough, earlier on in the year, maybe a month or so ago, a lot of us were praising the pitch, Moribe compared to Loftus, But what I saw, how do you think, should the pitch not be in perfect, tip-top condition? How do you think that might have affected us?
You know what? I think also Green Moribe might. When I was winning, it didn't look green, or there were patches.
There were patches, especially the 18 area more.
But these patches.
More screen ceiling kamote.
Yeah.
That 18 area, it looked. I mean, when there's been a concert at the stadium, and then it looked like something. It was like that, man. Yeah.
I was about to say, pitch it might not look as green as it should. I don't know. It does that. I think so. Because it's winter as well. Like green so it becomes less green. Yeah. So it might not look as green, but it's still the ball was still
good
on it.
Can be.
I don't know if what you saw, did you see, or is it or was it? Does it have paddles where the ball won't flow on it? Because remember when we were playing Ahly, when we beat them 5-0,
yes, it looked
but it was smooth. So, I wonder what it is.
I heard that the match officials are coming from Zambia, I think, ne?
Listen.
Yeah, and if it's Zambia, it's definitely Gianni Sikazu, because I think he's their main referee. Are you happy with him?
No.
If it's him,
I'm happy with. He ever officiated?
Remember that Club World Cup game, Real Madrid, and I think some Asian team, and he should have given a Real Madrid player a red card or something. There was controversy that had to do with Madrid, and he absolutely bottled that decision. He's tall, light in complexion.
I can say.
Is it?
I'm happy with referees from the SADC region. As long as they're not from North Africa, I'm happy. West.
How do you think? West. How do you think the pressure that they, with that statement, that rubbish statement that they released, or that thing they sent out to CAF, how do you think it will affect the match officials on the day?
They definitely wanted to do it. That's what they intended to do. They wanted to put pressure on the match official. They did the same thing at Kasama last time they played here.
Last time.
Yeah.
And he bottled the penalty.
He bottled the red card for Ahmed. In fact, I think the score was 1-1 in the 40th minute or something like that. Are you telling me that if Ahly gets a red card in the first half and go against Sundowns 10v11, don't we score the 3 goals? We're getting them
easily.
It's fine. They knew what they were doing. They intentionally put pressure on the match officials. It was something that they did intentionally. That's what they do. That's how North African clubs operate. And I think we shouldn't be in the space of complaining about that. I think we should find ways to deal with that literally ourselves. I mean, our KEF, the president of KEF is from the southern region. Literally, nice time we benefit.
Absolutely. The heat, I checked, or it will be 22 degrees Celsius on Saturday. I spoke to my reliable source who was at the stadium today to do special projects. And he said it's 19 degrees, but it's absolutely hot. So do you think it will play a role in the match?
I think if it was 4 or 5 degrees hotter, then it would be a factor heat. I think right now it's not going to be much of a factor. It's 22 degrees. I mean, go Egypt to be sure it's probably is 22 degrees. So Tabaya heat, not so much. Maybe
altitude.
Yeah, altitude.
The
direct sunlight. Direct sunlight. South Africa is very harsh compared to theirs. But I don't think temperature so much, but altitude is. I think that will play in our favor.
Key game moments now. By when should we have at least scored our first goal?
Now I think if we go into the first half leading with a clean sheet, then we're still within a chance of going through. Whether it's 1 or 2-0 going into halftime, I think we still have a chance. We can score 2 goals in the second half. We can score another goal, go to penalties. We still have a chance. If we go halftime, obviously we should try scoring as early as possible. In the first 20-25 minutes, getting a goal. And then that gives us a chance to score one before halftime, another one before halftime. And then also, or if we are into halftime leading 1-0, we can score one early in the second half or any time during the game. Like it gives us a chance going into halftime gun lead.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think losing 2-0 away, it kind of made us forget, Dori. We don't necessarily have to score 3 goals in the 90 minutes. Yes, you'd want to finish it off in the 90 minutes, but 2 goals and not conceding, we can take the game into penalties, So I think, yes, if I had to choose between penalties and winning 3-0 in 90, I'm taking 3-0 in 90,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the focus should be first on getting the game back and having it 2-2, and then we look for that winning goal. There are a few things that I expect to happen. Gamemanship and them killing our momentum, time wasting. I know Coach Pichel says they don't do that. They will definitely do it on Saturday, 100% sure. That's how North Africans are. He might tell them not to, but their mentality, when it kicks in, you will say do this and then they will do it. How do we not let it drift us away from our goal of, like, our focus of winning the game?
Look, fight fire with fire. I mean, when we're being kicked, they have outside ball, like, we must literally react, go and make sure that our captain must be also in constant communication with the referee.
The referee, yes.
We must be in the referee's ear. That's what they do.
Yes. Yes.
So literally we must be in the referee's ear, but also, like, we must always remember, or like, that's what they'll be trying to do. So right now, we must just try and get along with the game. Like, we really not play quickly. Our ball boys must be on alert. The ball boys are I get all the training, like Coach Pete.
Those boys must be ready now. Before ball is talking about ground, there should be a ball going to our player who was about to throw it.
Yeah. And then there should be another one ready to throw another ball in case the Ahly player tries to intercept the ball.
Yes.
It must be a quick thing. It must be a quick thing. And we must be ready for such thing and mentally ready for such things and just get on with it. Just try and get on with it. And just try to, you must show them that, Bon, you guys don't phase us. This is our turf, and you're not going to phase us.
Absolutely agree with you. Hey, I think we should show them that this is our home game, and nothing would be sweeter than getting a goal in the first 10 minutes and shaking them up. Maybe get a goal in the first 10 minutes and say for the next 5 minutes we absolutely batter them, like we proper shake them. Even if we don't get it the second one as quick as we would have scored the first one, but take like 5 minutes absolutely going at them, and then cool it down again, But speaking of that, how do we win this match now? How do we win this tie?
We keep our identity. We attack zone 14 and the half spaces. We suffocate them. We dominated the players, but we didn't suffocate Ahly. We must keep our foot here and make sure they feel the pressure. They must feel the pressure. But they must chase us. Or by the time early 55,
speaking of that, I remember when you beat them 5-0. Who's that kid? Is it Sobi, who came from Stoke and came back to
Ramadan?
So Ramadan.
Yeah.
I knew we had absolutely battered them when he had a chance and he did nothing out of it. And the first thing that he did, he went to his knees. We done with them,
So they must chase. We must make them chase. Like, we must tire them out. And also, on our behalf, like on our side, we need to be more ruthless.
Ruthless.
Yeah, we need to take care of the ball a bit better than we did. Our midfield needs to come to the party. I'll make one change in the midfield, but we'll talk about it in the next few moments. We need to make sure that Ahly is taken care of. We need to. This thing of potentially staying wide when we need him centrally is not. Yes, there's instances where Shalulile has played wide in key matches, but I think he overdid it on Saturday. Like, he did it for long periods of time. Like, we needed him more. That's why we didn't have any threat for me in that space area, And one thing I keep asking myself, for Hashim Domingo, where are they? Like, both of them.
Now I was shocked when I didn't see Lesedi on the bench on Saturday.
So in the absence of Masandawana, and when Gaston Sirino is not having such a good game, I guess that's why we said they're the heirs to the throne. Let them.
Yes.
Them.
When you go to big games, the one thing that you'll hear the analysts say a lot, every big game, it will be won in the middle. The battle in the middle will. I don't think this one is gonna be decided in the middle. I think it will be decided in their final third.
Yeah.
Us, how we use our chances, what we do in our final third, and how they will defend. I think that's where the game will be won. That's what will decide the game. We'll definitely have the majority of the ball. There won't be much of a battle in the middle. Yes, there'll be instances, but I don't think it will be much of a battle in the middle. I think that our cross center line, they have our final third. They are 18 area. I think that's where it will be won and lost. So it will depend on what we do when we get how quick we move the ball. Can we play a quality through ball and of a needle type of ball, can we turn them, how do they react to us turning them, us using the half spaces, so I think that's where the game will be won for, right? Or lost.
No, definitely. As I said, like, we need to be more precise, we need to be more ruthless, take our chances, and we need to take our chances. That I know we'll create chances. We need to take them.
Yeah. Before we go into our lineups now, I don't even want to get into their lineup. Do you think Malul is starting?
No.
You think he's not starting?
I don't think he'll start.
No, not Malul. Ajay.
No,
yes, because he came on second half.
Yeah, I don't think he'll make changes to his starting 11. Maybe because Al Shahad didn't have the best of games, he'll go for Ajay, but I doubt it. I doubt he'll change his starting 11. Unless
Al Shahad was the first substitution that he made, ne?
Yes.
All right, now, how are you setting up? How are you winning this match? Who's starting for you?
It's simple. 4-4-2 diamond for me. The hardest decision for me I ever had to take was left back, and I thought to myself that Obrimudiba had a good game, and why would I be dropping him? So I went on Yango. Oh, also I'm not dropping on Yango because of this.
No, I'm not dropping
because of that mistake. So that shouldn't be a conversation even. I'm even silly for bringing it up. I need a spank for even bringing it up. Onyango, Lajay, sorry, Onyango, Maboe, right back, Mento, Libusa, Muri. That's my back.
Okay.
And then Rivaldo, Jali, Blessa, Tembazwani, Shalulile, Mutuki.
Okay. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Remember I said I made 2 changes to my lineup, ne?
Yeah.
And I was going to go with a different formation. I was going to go ultra attack, ultra offensive. Yeah, that's one of the things Coach Mangoba said. He said, hey, we need to be ultra offensive and our counter press and rest defense need to be on point. Ne? Yeah. So I think he had seen my initial lineup, Hana Workout offense. I was going to go 4-2-2-2, I was gonna have, this is my lineup, the one that I had before today's events. I had Dennis, I had Morena, I had Mento, Libusa, Mudiba, I had Jali and Kotia in midfield, I had Gaston and Zwani, and then Shalulile Mnimtu. But that's how offensive I was going with this.
Yeah.
And then obviously a lot happened and it changed my plan. So I thought about maybe changing Gaston for Kemet, because Kemet can drop deep, but I thought he can drop deep, but can he really start where I wanted Gaston to start, you know? And I thought, nah, it won't work. It won't work. So I went back to the 4-3-3 because that's how the system that we know best, you know.
Yeah.
So in my 4-3-3, I have Onyango, Morena, Nascimento, Libusa, Mutiba, Jali, Kotie, Kulise, Zwani, Shalulil, and Mutupa. And like you, it needs to be a diamond. Mutupa and Shalulile need to occupy Benayoun and Arabia or yes, sir. They need to be close together. They need to, man, don't worry about the sides. Mudiba will help in attack, you know, because that he does. Morena will add in attack, you know. So we need goals here, guys. We can't have those two playing so far apart from each other, you know.
So the only difference in your starting lineup, Kimore,
get right back. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Your midfield was?
My midfield ki Blessa Andile le River.
So you are dropping Mabo.
Yeah.
Based on you're granted based on his performance in the last game, and I think the last couple of games, if we're being honest.
Last game he frustrated me with giving away the ball, man. But yeah, man. And I think the one thing that we need to do in this game, remember how the first goal came about Aluden. Like you said, I would rather have El Sulia have the ball
Then Ahly at the end.
and look up than have Ahly do that. I do not want to see that. I want Heights Farah. Andile Abale on top of him, or whoever, and on top of him, you know. So Liana, kick him. Kick him. Kick him on the ankles, man. These guys are professional players. You know when you're in the field, there are some things you need to be dirty at times. Not but you need to be dirty. We for 90 minutes we are at war with these guys. So go and thing, man. Make tackles. Game changers for you now.
Are you talking off the bench or like
as for this game as a whole? Like okay, Tembas, yeah.
Tembazwane,
yeah.
If Tembazwane can just be at the wheel, you know, he can, you know, he must grab the, if Rivaldo and Jali can grab the piano for him and play and bless up play it.
You will dance.
You will dance. You will see elite dance moves. You will see dance moves. Chris Brown will be jealous of.
And the other thing that I also had Temba as one of my game changers, and funny enough, I had Gaston because in the last 2 games that we've played with them here, he scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
And I had that thing where he might get 1, but yeah. Predictions?
I'll go Sundowns 3-0.
3-0. Who's scoring?
Tembazwane scoring the first one. Nascimento penalty, and give Mutupa to win it in the 88th minute.
Lord, utlwa dithapelo tsa bana ba hao. Man, the mind says 2-0, 90 minutes, and Dennis Masinde Onyango redeems himself in the penalty shootout.
What a story. Okay.
Pilu ere 3-0, just like you in 90 minutes. So, yeah, I have gift and because I'm thinking 2-0, I have gift and Shalulile scoring for us, eh?
Okay.
Yeah. That's it, Masandawana. Another episode of the Yellow Corner. Huge game. Yeah, I don't know, man. All we can do is believe. I hope the players will believe and they take that belief into the match. Over and over again, the boys have shown that when it comes to pressure, they perform best, you know, like they seem to enjoy pressure, and we hope this will be one of those moments. We've seen crazy things happen in football. We've seen teams turn around leads way bigger than this one. And yeah, let's believe, guys. Let's believe. We're turning it around. We're playing what's this Tunisian team? Esperance in the semi-finals. Yeah, we're playing Esperance in the semi-finals.
We must play the Algerians.
Yeah?
We must play the Algerians.
No, I think the draw's already done.
Yeah. The draw.
Yeah, I think that
Esperance is trailing 2-0 to the Algerians going into the second leg.
They're gonna turn it around though. They're turning it around.
Yeah.
Even though one of my favorite players will be playing against them, Sayud, but I think they'll turn it around, eh?
Yeah, hopefully not.
Hopefully not. If I had to choose, I'd go for the Algerians, but they're way too good to go out, man. If we can turn it around against Ahly, they're turning it around against MC Alger, eh?
Yeah, no, definitely. No, so
yeah.
It's not. About MC Alger. MC Alger Wizard. They're playing Belouizdad.
Oh, they play. Why am I thinking Kuwaga Sayud and then you're right. Yeah. Yeah, Masandawana, we'll see you next week when you preview our game against Super Sports. Rapelam will be back, and the boys will be back with a preview on Saturday or Sunday, and it will be a happy one, believe you me.
Yeah, no. Sharp.
Sharp, no.